Hey guys, and welcome to another show and tell video. Now, in the last video, I mentioned I'm picking up some collections, and we just did the California collection. We flew out there, we packed up 68 boxes full of items, including guns. We shipped them back to ourselves. However, I was able to bring back a lot of accessories in my luggage. So this is California Collection 1.0. I'm going to show you the accessories, and then later I'll probably do a couple videos on never seen before guns, one of a kind. Since I said there aren't going to be any guns, don't click me off yet, because if you collect guns, you're going to want to see some of these holsters. They truly are one of a kind in many cases. So I'm going to go through them fast and furiously. So let's get started. So let's start with the money shot. Basically, I have some holsters here that I wanted to show you actually when we were unpacking his safe. Some of these brought tears to my eyes. I've heard of these unicorn elusive creatures, but I've actually never seen one, let alone hold one in my hand. Actually, I have two like this. These are two experimental Akka holsters. I'm going to come in closer in a minute, but this one, there's only two known in the world, and this is one of two. Now, in the safe were people's names on them. Basically, he promised these to people, so please don't write us and say, I'd like to buy this. This is thousands of dollars, and this is thousands of dollars. This is a very odd shape. Again, it was experimental. It's a little bit phallic, don't you think? It has a dropping style. Well, come a little closer and I'll show you. So this is the first Akka holster. Again, I bet you've never seen anything like it. You can see it is Akka made. There is the logo, and it is Thurman. Which is the inventor, patent date. You'll see several Thurman style holsters. These are rare holsters. Again, only two known. Let me show you a regular Akka holster that you're familiar with. Here's a standard Akka holster. Again, the logo is under here. The DRGM means it was made during the Nazi era. Akka did make holsters after the war, but it only had the Akka logo with the words Akka to it. But you can see here, this is for a Walther PPK, just in exquisite condition. Beautiful holster. That was one that he had in the safe. And here's a rare variation. I call this a coffee color. This is for a PPK. Again, it's stamped. You see the Akka marking here. This is the standard pouch. This one happens to have a shoulder strap. Which is very rare, and this looks like it was made yesterday. Just beautiful condition. But let's go back to this rare one. What makes this one different, obviously the gun barrel goes here, so what's the extra space? You look inside and you can see there's room for two magazines. So the gun goes in here with two magazines. Let's throw a gun in there just so you can see the style. All right, beautiful PPK. Look at the fire blue. You know, I said I wasn't going to show you guys guns, but I did anyway. I've got a couple more that'll rock your world. This is a rare W suffix. Some of you are aware of that. But this is just for show and tell. So it does make it easier to grab the grip and pull it out. So it's an easier release than the standard one, but it leaves room. For whatever reason, there's only two known, so these were probably experimental and not mass-produced. Now let's just jump ahead to this one, and you can see that it's covered. Maybe that was the issue. They preferred to have the gun covered. But speaking of coverage, let's move on because we got a lot to cover. Okay, for a continuation of California collection, just imagine all of this rare items being in one collection. This guy was remarkable, my friend Peter, who passed away this past year. It was an honor to be in his home and to help settle his estate. This is the next one. This is a P38 holster. You know how I can tell? Because it says that's HP, which is Hare's pistol, HP 38. So this is 1939. And of course, that was the patent date was 38. The first ones were made in late 39. This is holster number 2. So they at least made 2 of them. As far as I know, this is the only one known. So the story on this holster, again, like the other one, I'm sure it was Thurman patent, but maybe they actually never got a patent because it was never adopted again. This is probably the second one made. The style is very similar to other Thurman holsters. And again, you can see that the gun goes in here. Probably the handle sticks out quite a bit, and it has room for 2 magazines. But this style did not work because, as you probably know, this is the standard P38 holster. This one is dated 1941, and you can see the Waffen stamp, P38. So this goes to a 41. Now, the earliest P38 holster I have ever seen is 1940, and they're very few and far between. They can easily be $1,000. This is 1939, and if you Google 1939 P38 experimental holster, you will not find one of these. That's how rare these are. Google doesn't even know about this holster, but you do because you watch my channel. This did have somebody's name on it, so unfortunately I can't sell it other than to the person that Peter wanted it to go to. This holster is next, and continuing with the Thurman theme. You can see there's the patent Akka. And this is also known as a dropping style holster. Actually, I have several dropping style. Why they call, oops, I dropped it. That was a joke, by the way. The reason they call it a dropping holster, I don't know. I call this a Thurman holster, but these are the dropping style holsters. These went to the Luftwaffe, again, all out of this collection. You can see the Luftwaffe L2 proof. That is a Luftwaffe proof, and that is for a Walther PPK. 1941. It could be that this piece will drop down, and so collectors call it a dropping style holster. You drop this down for your belt loop. But this is a Luftwaffe PPK holster, and similar to that, we have a Luftwaffe 1941 PP holster. You can see mod PP. Oh, you see the K there? That says caliber, so don't be confused. Let's compare the size. We have the PPK versus the PP, both beautiful holsters, and these will be available for sale, but I will forewarn you they are expensive. Let's go back to this one because I forgot the most important part. These are documented to have been special ordered by the SS. Now, if you have an SS, PP, or PPK, any black holster with black thread, such as, here is a standard Akka holster. Notice how nice, this is like unissued condition. This is Akka, beautiful. Black with black thread, this would have gone to the SS. You can even see the black paint is still on the stud. So this is fine for SS, but also a lot of holsters that were brown were then dyed black when they went to the SS. Let me show you a very rare example also from this collection. Check this out. Obviously a brown holster. It was dyed black, and I have a 2-page letter from John Pearson. He actually did a lot of research into what guns went to the SS and documented. He was a pioneer in documenting the SS guns. There's a 2-page letter from him saying that this is a Dutch holster. The style is Dutch. It was probably captured when they occupied Holland. I was going to say Dutchland, but this is Dutch, and it comes from Holland. And then you can see inside that it was brown, but it was requisitioned by the SS, who were looking for holsters. You can see they stamped it Walther PPK, HP, I'm not sure. Right there is an RZM marking, kind of interesting. And right here is the SS runes. So it was brown, dyed black for the SS. In his opinion, that is real. I will tell you 99% of the time that I see a holster with SS runes on it, they're fake. I'm not saying 100% this is real. I'm saying I have a 2-page letter from him that says this is most likely real. And I just wanted to show it to you. All right, another dropping holster, but this is a big surprise. You know what? Are you guys excited yet? Because I am really excited. This is dated 43. This is Luftwaffe. Now, you already knew from watching my videos that there are Luftwaffe PPs and PPKs. They are Waffen stamped and often will have matching magazines. However, did you know there is a Luftwaffe HSC? And the difficult part of a Luftwaffe HSC is they have no special marking other than they are Waffen stamped. But this holster tells us, check that out, HSC, Luftwaffe holster. What goes with this? You could really put this with any, I would say, Eagle 135 or 655 gun. Well, actually 43, a Waffen 135 HSC would go with this. And again, this is more rare than the Walther PP and PPK. I just had to show you guys this stuff because once this is out the door, you will probably go the rest of your life without ever seeing another holster like this. Now this Luftwaffe holster is a little more common. It's actually the model 1922. You can tell from the longer barrel. They also make these for the Femeru that went to the Luftwaffe. This one, the Luftwaffe stamp has faded away, but I wanted to show it to you because it must be later war. You can see that the top is leather, but this is paper. They actually took layers of paper and glued them together. So this is a rare paper holster. Part of it is paper and part of it is leather. And again, 1922 Luftwaffe. All right, you can probably hardly contain yourself at this point, but check this out. I opened up the safe. I saw this. I will tell you, I have never seen a party leader holster like this. If I was at a show, I would probably say, oh, it can't be real. But because it belonged to Peter, I believe it is real. Is real. You probably remember a while ago, I showed you a vinyl holster that was party leader. And a lot of people said that didn't exist, and now we know it does. This is, I've never seen another one like it. Not only is this unusual, so the silver, this is more commonly what we see. So party leader holsters come in tan, like this. They also come in brown, and they also come in a coffee color. And these are actually in the catalog by color. So you could order the color you wanted. Most people went with the light tan. These are much more rare because brown and coffee color were ordered less often. But here's how why I believe this is real. Again, I think it is Akka. You can see the marking. I think it was experimental because remember the last two? This does not have the double magazine, but check this out. Another teaser, RZM, absolutely beautiful, like that fire blue. Beautiful front strap. This is in the right range for an RZM. My arm is all twisted around, so sorry for the awkwardness, but notice the RZM marking. So this was ordered by a party member. This actually went to a party leader. So they probably didn't go together, but just for demonstration purposes. Notice how much of that sticks out. Well, a little bit of it sticks out. We'll say maybe a quarter inch here, but almost an inch here. When I put it in the holster that was standard for the party leader, you can see that it pretty much covers it. Just a little bit of the finger extension sticking out. And again, going back to this one, you can see that this style is different. So it's a little bit thinner. Hold them side by side, and you can clearly see it. Pretty cool. Again, this is something you will never see again in your life. This is also spoken for because it has my name on it. Let me show you some holsters that you probably will have the opportunity to see. This is Akka Holster, Akka marked. This is lightly stamped, but that'll say PP. This is the standard Akka, and then this is the leading edge. They call it the leading edge, or actually the side edge. The pouch is on the side as opposed to the front. And this is called the leading edge because aiming the gun, that would be the leading edge. So they call this a leading edge holster. Both of these would be for a PP. You will come across these hardly ever in this condition. You can see originally they had brown paint on the stud. Early ones have brass stud. Later ones were aluminum. I believe that's aluminum. And when you open it up, you can see the Akka marking. Again, similarly, this is a black one. Again, could go with an SS gun, but not necessarily. You see the Akka mark, and you see the stamp. Somebody put their initials on it. And then this is the leading edge. Again, would be a great holster to put with an SS gun. You can see this one is PPK, shorter barrel, and when you open it up, leading edge and Walther PPK. Now, were there any other holsters other than Akka? Well, of course there were. This is actually a police style. You can just see it's different than the Akka holster, but this style is for the police. It does fit a PPK, and that is a police eagle. They're very distinct. They have short wings. It's a Eagle B proof, I believe, but it's kind of blurred. But it does have those short wings. I'll show you another one on a Luger holster. This one is black police style. This is not police marked, but you can see it has a different maker and dated 1936. Now this would be for a Police Eagle C. Just to show you the fit, if we took a police gun and put it in here, that's the fit of the PPK in a police holster. These are the only Luger holsters that I'm going to show you. He had a good number of Luger holsters as well. This is black with black stitching, not the SS, but in fact Krieghoff. It's a slightly different cut, but most importantly right here you see the Eagle L2 proof. Hope you can see that. It's stamped inside, not on the back, and most of the other, somebody put a tag on it and ruined that, but most of the other holsters will have the maker on the back along with the date. And remember the Police Eagle? There it is again. That's a swastika under there, Police Eagle, and I think a B on the chest, but you can't really see that. This is unusual in that it's a tan color. Absolutely beautiful holster. And look at the style. This is a police style. It actually is similar to the P38, but this is a military style and this is the police style. They did use different kinds of holsters. This is marked on the back. Here's another military style, not Krieghoff, but rather military. You can see the maker, 1942, P08 for Luger, and the Waffen stamp. So these are just Luger holsters that also came from this collection. Okay, I showed you the party leader holster. This is an NSFK, which is the Flight Corps. Before the Luftwaffe came into being, they had flight clubs, and it was known as the NSFK. This would go with a Walther PP from the late 1930s. It is made by Akka. It is advertised in the Akka catalog. I wanted you to see the NSFK. We already saw the party leader, and the other one that is highly collectible is the SA marked. What makes this different is the SA holsters are typically marked Walther PP, but in this case, a Sauer. Early Sauers, commercial, sometimes went to the SA. This would be one such pistol that may have gone to the SA. You can't really prove it because it does not have any special marking, but just look at the quality of this gun. Remember my rag? Let's go get it. Here we go. Dirty old rag, but it's worth its weight. Yeah, you can see the finish. See how nicely high polished that is? But if you look here, it has like a matte finish, and that's how you can tell it's not been refinished. High polish finish, matte finish, and then the top edge is also matte finish to help your line of sight. Just a beautiful, possibly SA commercial 38H. Comes as a rig, extra magazine, and an SA holster. This will be available on the website, hopefully soon. And just to show you this style, this one is not SA marked, but it's the same style, Akka Holster, and it does say Sauer right there. Barely visible, but hopefully you can see. That's another style that Akka made for the Sauer 38H. Okay, we're all done with holsters. Now I'm going to show you some boxes. And actually, at the house, there was probably 2 or 3 times as many boxes. I'm going to show you some really quick samples, but these are all from Walthers. This, however, was a very strange box. Have any of you ever seen this before? It's, and I thought it said M-O-M for mom, but it is Princess Mary. Here's a picture of Princess Mary. 1914, Christmas of 1914, that was when World War I started, and Princess Mary, who I knew very little about, made these gift boxes to send over to the troops. Now it does say France and Russia, allies of the British, of course, during World War I. This is a brass box, and even though it says 1914, they actually made these and shipped them out all the way up to 1918 because they had a hard time with production. Actually, tons of this brass, the sheets for making these, were being imported into England on the Lusitania and was sunk by the Germans in 1915. So there was a delay in production. They got these out, and they came in several varieties. Some of them were for non-smokers, so they had chocolate in them. This one would have been for a smoker because it says tobacco and cigarettes. So it was a gift for Christmas, and as I said, they gave them out all the way up until 1918. They came with a little card, which I thought I'd show you. There's the logo for Princess Mary, 1914, and she's just basically wishing them the best for the holidays, Merry Christmas, and a victorious New Year. And from Princess Mary and friends at home. So this went to the troops in World War I. Okay, I've shown you boxes before, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. This is from about, I think that's about 1938, 7.65. This is a rarer 22 caliber, and also a little bit later. The early one, this is a mixed bag. Early ones had the pink inside, and then they later went to a mustard color. This one has a little bit of both, with the tin, with the factory logo. Again, I've already shown you these before, but I'm going to show you one that I've never seen before. This one has the manual. Again, oh, there's another little, that's in English. So this one went to the United States. There's the tin and pink on top and bottom. Leave it to Peter to have one that I've never seen before in my life. I was at the house, we were taking these boxes, put them in our luggage, and I came across this. Has anybody ever seen these before? By the way, I didn't mention, but especially for the Europeans, those holsters that I said are one of a kind, if you know of one in Europe or in the United States, please let us know, let us all know, because I don't want to state it's the only one in the world if it's not. I asked what that meant, and actually there was a little note inside. There's the label, 804 serial range. Looks like Hainel Schmeiser. I don't know why. Maybe it was for a factory guard. I'm not sure. But what I'm told by Peter's note is that this came with a PPK with a box mag. You've seen the box mag. Here's a picture of one. We've sold them. So what Peter's note said is this means box mag. I have no idea if that's true. Let us know if you know anything about this. It was a mystery to me. I just happen to have a 22 caliber with a box mag. Again, this does not extend for you California people. Does not extend the number of rounds, but rather it's better for palm grip. And all the boxes are the same size, by the way, so this is not a special box, but you can see how the box mag fits in any box. But the theory is that this, whatever that German word might be, is just saying that it's a PPK with a box mag. I don't know if that's true. It's not in the picture, but if you've ever seen this before or you know what it is, please let me know. One more time, Peter has one of a kind. So those were, most of your boxes will look like that. This is a late war box. It's just a little piece of cardboard, no separator. And this was later. This is a PP, probably from about 1944. It has either, that's got to be a GI because that's a GI number. But that's this is what the later boxes look like. And of course, this is Mandarin and post-war. And you can see they have what some people would call snake skin or alligator skin. Those are the post-war boxes. Then I have some other really rare boxes I want to show you quickly. This is what a Sauer box would look like. It's got a Sauer 38H, and this would be the retailer. I'm convinced that only the commercial guns came in these retailer boxes. There's the serial number of a gun. Again, it's very early. And here's what the inside looks like. It does have the manual, cleaning rod, and it did come with a tin. In this case, it just has the cloth, but not the tin. But this is a rare Sauer box. Then something you rarely will see is this is an earlier box for a Walther Model 9. And you can see there is a manual inside. That's the Walther 9, and then later they would come out with this label. 9A is a later variation. It has a manual. And here's another 9 box. I have a Walther 9 here. Let me just show you the fit. There's a Model 9. It's got a little holster, a cute little holster that, again, I think was made by Akka, but or the Walther factory. but there's a Model 9. I did a video about 1 through 9, and the box would look like this with a Walther 9 inside. Now, size-wise, this would be the Model 8. Again, I just did a video on Models 8s and 9s, and this one, the numbering would be here. Actually, it looks like when you break the seal, that would break that, well, the label. But that has the number of the gun. And just to show you, this gun did not come with it, but just to demonstrate, this is some kind of a presentation. Some of our German friends maybe can translate that. If you see right there, translate that, tell me what it means. But some kind of a presentation. This is the box. It's kind of tattered. And that's how a boxed Model 8 would look. One more box. I was able to get this gun home with it, but this is the gun that came in here. It also came with a spare magazine, and this was the cleaning brush. Actually, that's a little broom. Huh? 2 little cleaning brushes, and there is an inscription on here, and check this out. I've been studying. The best for personal protection, the new Walther Model 9, and then down here, the newest or latest product from the Walther Zellem factory. That's also just paraphrased, but check it out, you German watchers, and I know you like to correct me. If my name in German would be Wittmann, or Weissmann. Weissmann, yes, with 2 N's. Weissmann with 2 N's at the end. Okay, that was fun, and that's just a teaser for what's to come. Again, those are just some of the accessories we got from California 1.0. 2.0 is coming up soon, probably within the next 3 or 4 days. The guns will start arriving. I have over 150 guns coming from this collection, and just like you saw on the accessories, there are a lot of guns that are going to be one of a kind. So you're going to want to like and subscribe to our channel, tell some of your friends, and check it out because I've got some really cool guns coming in the door soon.